Alright, so here we are underneath of the mower. I think I've found where the hydraulic leak is. I think it's coming from actually the seals between a couple of the plates, an orifice plate and a manifold. And so what I've got to do, the first thing, I've got to disconnect this drive shaft from the motor. And it's held in there with a pin, and it's going to be pretty difficult to get off there, but I think I might be able to do it. I've got some tools over here, and I've got this little piece of punch. I've got some 4130 that I machined down to a couple different diameters there to accommodate for a couple different punch sizes, or a couple different. Okay, so I didn't have exactly the right punch, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and throw a piece of sucker rod in the lathe here, and I'm going to make my own punch. Next up, we're going to heat treat it. Alright, well, I tried to use the punch that I made. It wasn't quite the right angle. I decided to go with a different approach. And I'm starting over. Let's do it. Okay, so the plan now is as follows. Take off the side panel here. That's where my oil filter is anyway. I need to change that. Change the oil. Full service. From there, I can actually get that punch in from the side, drive out the roll pin, off comes the drive shaft, off comes the hydrostatic pump. So right there's the drive shaft. You're looking directly through where I just took off the side panel, and we're looking right at the roll pin. So I can stick my now longer punch that I made and heat treated right through where the side panel came off, push the roll pin out, take the drive shaft off along with the pump. Alright, so back to taking off the hydraulic pump. Here we go. I may have to take off this cross member here as well, but for right now, I think I'm just going to try to take loose these hydraulic lines that come into the side of it. So, see, I was thinking this might be a 1-inch. Yeah, sure enough. Okay, we're back on the front side of the hydraulic pump. We've got our hard line disconnected. We need to disconnect these two lines, and then we'll see where we're at. Oh, hydraulic pump. Yes. Here's what we were after. Hydraulic pump. Looks like I made that. Nothing wrong with that one though, but we'll get a new one on there. Pull that out. Those 4, and then it should separate. Oh, that was loose. It was loose. You gotta be kidding me. That's getting tight. So just to recap what fresh hell we've spiraled down into, we have got the hydraulic pump out, the bell housing opening of the rear differential and hydrostatic rear drive showing, the drive shaft fan, and it's got a keywayed connection here, and I think I've got that lined up. Top. And what I'm going to try to do then is to first of all get the hydraulic pump back in there, and then the drive shaft lined back up. I had to take the rear axle completely loose from the frame and anything holding to the frame, and once I did that I was able to slide the rear axle back, get the pump out, and it has been just loads of fun. Thanks for sticking around. Okay, so here we go. If you like punishment, this is the portion of the program you're going to enjoy. Alright, so I've got 2 of the bolts in the hydrostatic hydraulic pump. I have got a bunch of goo on there. Alright, so I am not going to worry about the front drive shaft and the front shaft initially as I stab it in here. I am going to be worried if I lose that little half-moon keyway, but other than that, not so much. Okay, so here we go. Let me get this tube up out of the way. Should be able just to drop right in here. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way that could possibly be catching or keeping me from success. Alright, in we go. Alright, plan, pick it up, put it in there, hopefully not get caught on anything to do with the fan, especially fingers. Okay, here we go. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. Ooh, that's a good sound. Okay, so I've got I've got 2 bolts in the sides here, 4 more down below where this assembly connects to the frame. So this is all set. We've got our drive shaft connected there. This is actually a tapered fit. On the front of this shaft I've got our cotter key in there. I've got our 2 hydraulic lines started on top. I'm going to start the hydraulic line on the bottom, and then I am going to call it a day. It's been a long one. So this may actually be like a 2-part series on the John Deere 400, completely tearing everything apart, and then redoing the deck, changing all the fluids, and getting it completely serviced and ready for running all summer long. So, again, I'm Lucas. This is Man Time. Thanks for joining me.